All right, here he is. Here's our boy, Trae Young. Unless you're a New York Knicks fan, he probably isn't your boy then. You probably hate him. He's probably like the most hated player in New York City, honestly, because he just wrecks the Knicks, even though they did beat him in the last game. But here's Trae Young right here. He's got the curly hair fade. He's got that low fade, and it's almost like a curly hair mohawk he has going on there. So that's pretty dope there. But but yeah, Trae Young actually made it into the All-Star game this year. But to be fair, he did get snubbed again. But we'll get to it in a second here. Basically, Giannis Antetokounmpo had a calf injury. I don't think it's like anything horrible, but the Bucks decided to sit him down and out of the All-Star break. So once Giannis was taken out of the All-Star lineup, basically they found room to get Trae Young into the lineup. But we'll kind of get into it right here. But yeah, basically Trae Young was snubbed again. He's only made the All Star game 3 times in his career, which is pretty ridiculous because he just puts up ridiculous numbers. One of the best point guards in the NBA. People will argue, he's 5'9" or whatever, which he is. He's short, not a tall player, and he does get pretty torched on defense. He gets hunted out on defense, but when he's giving you like 25 points and 11 assists on the offensive end, I personally feel like that outweighs, whatever people complain about defensively for him. Here we'll get right to it. Here's the announcement Giannis Antetokounmpo had made ahead of the All-Star game. We'll get right to his quotes here. Real quick, too, I've hit 20 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 30 by the end of the day, and YouTube said they're going to send me a diamond ring if I can make it there. So please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. But right here, NBA revealed some concerning news about Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's not too concerning, but they like to make everything extra dramatic. But yeah, Shams Charania, the GOAT of NBA reporting, revealed that Antetokounmpo is expected to be sidelined through next week, and they labeled the injury as mild. Right here, Giannis, mild calf strain, will miss the NBA All-Star game next Sunday. And yeah, Shams reported that via Twitter like a couple days ago. But yeah, he's been out since February 2nd. And yeah, then right here. So yeah, Trae Young will replace Giannis in the All-Star game. But yeah, Trae Young got snubbed again. It's messed up to Trae Young because he has such good stats season in and season out, and we'll get to his stats in a second. But comment what you think below. I feel like the NBA kind of bashes on him because his defense isn't too great, but there's other guys that make it into the All-Star game that don't have great defense and they still make it in there. So it kind of confuses me with Trae Young because he's super marketable. He gets out there, he talks crap. He's talking crap to the Knicks fans. He makes a bunch of highlight plays. He's shooting 40-foot threes. Like I said, very, very marketable. So, I feel like you should push him out there even more. He's a polarizing player. People love him or they hate him, which is a good thing in the NBA. Like Kobe, LeBron. I'm not saying Trae Young is up to those guys' skill level, of course, because he's not. But as far as being polarized, and I personally like Trae Young a lot. I think he's fun to watch, and all of his fake behind the back passes and his crazy floaters and his crazy 40-foot step back threes and crossovers. But yeah, like I said, people love him or hate him, and that's a great thing in the NBA to be marketed if you're a very polarizing player. Because in New York they'll buy tickets just to go hate on Trae Young. Yeah, right here. We won't go over the clip, but yeah, Doc Rivers is just talking about the calf injury. He says Giannis is very aware. He hasn't played in the playoffs these last 2 years, so they're just taking it extra easy and making sure Giannis is okay. Yeah, right there. Trae Young was named by the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver to replace Giannis. And yeah. So yeah, they're taking it easy on Giannis with the calf injury so he doesn't re-aggravate it. I've said before, calf injuries, I'm not saying every time someone has their calf aggravated this happens, but usually when people injure their Achilles, they're usually playing through a calf injury. So I don't blame them for being extra safe with that. You definitely should be extra safe with the calf injuries. Another thing, right here, I was wondering how many people even play in the All-Star game if you didn't know. Yeah, right here. Showcases 24 of the league star players. So 12 on the West, 12 on the East. So 24 total players. But yeah, right here. You're going to say Trae Young got snubbed, which I feel like he did. He's in now, of course, but he got snubbed before that. So if you're going to say a player got snubbed, the next thing you have to go to is to look at the players that actually made it and decide, who would I take out to put Trae Young in. So I'll go through a couple of the players real quick. First of all, here's Trae Young's stats for this season. So this bottom row is 24-25 for this season. So he's averaging 23.7. We'll call it 24 points and 11.5 assists, which is just ridiculous. 33% from three, which isn't too crazy. 40% from the field, which is honestly really bad for a guard. As far as field goal percentage goes. But Trae Young is doing this on a team that they're basically a tanking team at this point. They took everything apart around Trae, and they traded DeAndre Hunter. Jalen Johnson is still injured, so they're basically a tanking team. So to average your career high in assists, 11.5 assists with a tanking team around you, that's really really good. But yeah, so Trae's stats there. If we come back, I'll go Tyler Hero first. Tyler Hero does not deserve to be in the All-Star game over Trae Young. Comment below what you think if you disagree with me, but we'll come to Tyler Hero's stats here. So yeah, Tyler Hero, he's averaging 24 points a game. Trae Young's like 24.7, so Trae Young's pretty much one more point. Hero's 5.5 assists, where Trae Young's 11.5. So Trae Young's got him on points and assists. Hero's shooting 38% from three, so Hero's got him on the three ball. And Hero's more efficient from the field. Yeah, like I said, you can bash on Trae Young for his defense. Then you can bash on Tyler Hero, not quite as much, but just about the same. Tyler Hero gets hunted on defense as well. People are blowing by him, hunting him in the post and things like that. So I don't feel like you can say that Tyler Hero deserves to be in there over Trae Young. Again, comment below what you think, but 24 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds compared to Trae Young, 24 points, 11.5 assists. Just average 24 points and 11.5 assists as 11.5 assists as a point guard. I feel like you should be like a shoe-in for the All-Star game, to average 24 points and 11.5 assists. Like, that's just crazy numbers. If you're averaging 20 and 10 even, 20 and 10 points and assists, I feel like it would just be so hard to leave you out of the All-Star game. If I'm missing a point guard that's averaging 20 and 10 that's not in the All-Star game, please let me know below, but I don't feel like there's anyone putting up those numbers and then getting snubbed, the way Trae Young would get snubbed. So yeah, I take out Tyler Hero and put Trae Young in there. Again, Giannis came out, so here's Trae. He's already in with Tyler Hero, but let's say hypothetically Giannis did make the All-Star game and he wasn't missing out with the calf injury. Tyler Hero should not be in there above Trae Young. Even then, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Damian Lillard, these are all really good players. I won't get into their numbers. I'll go Pascal Siakam. I like Siakam a lot. He's a really good two-way player, but I don't think he should be in there over Trae Young either. Here's Pascal's stats for this season. So again, bottom row right there. Come over, Siakam, 21 points, 3 assists and 7 rebounds. Let's see, 40% from three, so that's pretty amazing. That's really, really good from three. And then 52% from the field, so really, really good field goal percentage as well. But again, like, these are solid numbers for Pascal. He's a two-way player. I'm a big fan of Pascal Siakam. But, for Trae Young to be averaging 24 and 11 assists, and they just say, just out of kind of being Trae Young haters, it seems like the NBA just hates on Trae Young for whatever reason. Again, I don't get it. He's marketable. He talks crap to the fans. He hits threes and he does the ice tray. His nickname is Ice Tray, so he has an awesome nickname. Like he's really marketable in my opinion. So I don't get why the NBA doesn't try to market him or do anything like that. Oh, another funny thing. Here's Pascal Siakam. Spicy P, like right here for his nickname apparently. Is that his nickname, Pacers fans? I've never heard anyone call Pascal Siakam Spicy P. Here, real quick too. I have a better one. I forgot to go over it when I was over here. Tell me if I've ever heard these nicknames for Tyler Hero. Boy Wonder, maybe. Bucket and Baby Goat. Has anyone ever heard him be called Baby Goat or Boy Wonder? Maybe it's just me. Let me know below, Miami Heat fans, if I don't know Tyler Hero's nicknames. But yeah, I mean, back to it. Comment below what you think, but for Trae Young to be averaging 24 points, 11.5 assists, and still getting snubbed, because remember, he did get snubbed. He just made it back in because Giannis chose to sit out with his injury. But if you look here, Trae Young's he's only made three All-Star games for his whole career. This will be number 4. But you see right here, AS, AS, AS. Those are his All-Star games he made. Even if you look right here, 2 seasons ago, he was 26 points, 10 assists, didn't make it. He was 25 points, 9 assists, and didn't make it. And then this season, 24 points and 11.5 assists. And he didn't make it again, but, they kind of shoot him in there after the Giannis announcement he's going to sit out. But please comment below what you think. Again, I feel like Trae Young gets a lot of hate because he just talks crap to other, opposing teams' fans and stuff, and he has fun with the fans. But again, it's confusing for me because he's so marketable, but the NBA doesn't try to market him as well as they can, and then they snub him from All-Star games, which again makes it harder for his face and name to kind of get out there to even more fans. But yeah, please comment below what you think about Trae Young getting snubbed and just about his history of getting snubbed from the All-Star game. And please like and subscribe as well if you finished the video.